The CHEETAH Group began operations in 1979 and is involved in the design, development, marketing and retailing of sports apparel, accessories and casual wear under the brand name of CHEETAH. CHEETAH brand's popularity grew rapidly because it has carved a niche by providing a wide range of brand names and products to cater for all the age groups. This brand loyalty to CHEETAH continues till this very day through the group's innovative design, marketing strategies and aggressive in-store promotions. Today, the CHEETAH brand is the largest player in the industry with a 40% share in the local sportswear market. CHEETAH Holdings BERHAD was incorporated in 1997 with two wholly owned subsidiaries, CHEETAH Corporation Malaysia Sendirian BERHAD and CHEETAH Realty Sendirian BERHAD. Product design and development is done in-house by the Design and Merchandising Department. The CHEETAH team keeps abreast of the latest trends in fashion around the world via the different kinds of media, fashion shows, and by making frequent visits to foreign trade fairs and exhibitions and fashion hubs in the USA, Europe, Japan, South Korea and Hong Kong. CHEETAH Holdings BERHAD, staying ahead in style.
Firstly, I would like to introduce the background of CHEETAH Holdings BERHAD and Concrete Engineering Products BERHAD CAPCO. In 1977, CHEETAH Holdings BERHAD started their family business with their concept of sports apparel. After that, in 1979, they launched their own brand which is CHEETAH. In 2005, CHEETAH Holdings BERHAD has been listed under second board of Bursa Malaysia, and in 2007, they transferred to main board. There are a lot of brands under CHEETAH. Among them are CHEETAH Junior, CHEETAH Ladies, C2 United, Ladybird and many more. CHEETAH mission is to satisfy customers with high quality lifestyle needs, providing an equitable return to stakeholders and recognizing team's effort. Okay, now let's see the background of Concrete Engineering Products BERHAD CAPCO. In August 1982, this company was incorporated under the name of Speed Consideran BERHAD, and later in 1983 they changed the name to Concrete Engineering Products Sendirian BERHAD. The main objective is to produce high quality concrete engineering products to meet the needs of the rapidly developing Malaysia and other ASEAN countries. In 1992, CAPCO was first listed on the second board of the Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange, which is now known as Bursa Malaysia, and later transferred to the main board in 2009. CAPCO company was induced in the Malaysian Book of Records in January 2019 for completing the longest pre-stressed spine concrete pile, which has a total of 50 meters in length. The products of CAPCO are CAPCO PHC piles and CAPCO PC poles.
Hi! So what is liquidity ratio? A liquidity ratio is a type of financial ratio used to determine a company's ability to pay its short-term debt obligations. The three main liquidity ratios are the current ratio and the quick ratio. For this group project, our group is required to determine and compute ratios for CHEETAH Holdings BERHAD and Concrete Engineering Products BERHAD. So let's see the current ratio first. The formula on how to compute this ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. As we can see here, total current ratio for concrete company is 0.97. Meanwhile, for total current ratios of CHEETAH company is 21.05. Based from these two companies, we can say that company CHEETAH Holdings BERHAD shows that the total of current assets has greater numbers than total liabilities. The other one is quick ratios. In order to get the total of quick ratios, we need to calculate their quick assets and divide it with current liabilities. For concrete company, their ratios is 0.41 and CHEETAH company is 11.07. It remained the same just like the calculations for current ratio, which is total ratios for CHEETAH Holdings BERHAD still exceed 1.0. Summaries for these liquidity ratios is, when analyzing a company, Investors and creditors want to see a company with liquidity ratios above 1.0. A company with healthy liquidity ratios is more likely to be approved for credit.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is IRSALINA binti IDRIS. My metric number is 288870. So today I'm going to explain what is activity ratio. There's three type activity ratio, which is the first one inventory turnover, second one is total asset turnover, and the last one is account receivable turnover. Inventory turnover ratios is measured how efficiently inventory is managed. A high turnover shows that a company is not overspending by buying too much and wasting resources on storage costs. It also shows that a company is effectively selling the inventory that they buy and replenishing cash quickly. To be compared, these two companies, Capco is more efficiently inventory where the ratio is 1.65% and CHEETAH's ratios is 1.52% only. Next, total asset turnover ratio, which is financial efficiency ratio that measures the ability of a company to use its asset to generate a sales. The higher asset turnover ratio, the more efficient a company is at generate a revenue. To be compared, these two companies, Capco generate more sales since the ratio is 0.67 to be compared with CHEETAH, which is 0.61%. The last one is account receivable turnover ratio. It measures how efficiently a company collecting a revenue. In general speaking, the higher number is a better. It means that your customer paying on time and your company is good at collecting. It also point a better cash flow and stronger balance sheet, income statement, balance asset turnover, and even stronger creditworthiness for your company. For the last comparison, CHEETAH is more efficiently with a ratio of 0.73%, while Capco is only 0.40%.
First, the comparison between both companies in profit margin on sales ratios. Formula for profit margin on sale is net income divided net sales. Based on the result of profit margin on sale, both companies have suffered a loss in profit margin on sales ratios, which is CHEETAH Holding BERHAD have negative 3.12% ratio, while concrete engineering product BERHAD have negative 22.55% ratio. But company CHEETAH is better than company SAPCO because the ratio of loss in margin on sales of company CHEETAH is lower than company SAPCO. There is still the fact that total revenue of company CHEETAH in 2020 is greater than company SAPCO. Second, the comparison between both companies in return on asset ratio. Formula for return on asset is net income divided average total asset. Based on the result of return on asset, both companies have negative return on asset ratio, which is CHEETAH Holding BERHAD have negative 2.60% ratio, while concrete engineering product BERHAD have negative 11.13% ratio. But company CHEETAH is better than company SAPCO because the loss ratio of return asset of company CHEETAH is lower than company SAPCO. There is still the fact that loss in net income of company CHEETAH is lower than company SAPCO.
Okay, now I will go on to the leverage ratio. A leverage ratio is a methodology or approach for calculating the amount of the debt loan applicable to a business in relation to a firm's asset or equity. The list of leverage ratio is also separate into two parts, which is the debt to asset ratio and the debt to equity ratio. The debt to asset ratio is used to investigate the amount of the debt incurred by a firm to determine the source of its assets, while the debt to equity ratio is used to detect and analyze the proportion of debt and equity in a company's capital structure. The debt to asset ratio is calculated by dividing total liability by total assets. After examining the two firms, CHEETAH and KEPCO, the CHEETAH company receives a ratio of 0.04, while the KEPCO company obtains a ratio of 0.48. This demonstrates that the CHEETAH company has a smaller total liability than total assets. The debt to equity ratio is calculated by dividing total debt by the owner equity. The CHEETAH company had a ratio of 0.05, whereas the KEPCO company had a ratio of 0.93. This demonstrates that the CHEETAH company has the largest quantity of equity than debt. Overall, the leverage ratio study shows that the CHEETAH company has greater potential for strong cash flow control and is also the less risky firm for investors to invest when compared to the KEPCO company. In conclusion, the analysis and study based on the overall ratio produced demonstrate that CHEETAH firms outperform all other ratios in terms of company performance. Following that, we can see that a company's potential is affected by its operation activity, capital structure, and liquidity. Finally, the risk of a company is determined by its capacity to manage its capital flow structure.